Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bull Design, and it's kind of late. That clock's off an hour. It's like 8:40 thereabouts. Roman numerals confuse me. Anyway, I know that says like 9:40, but it's off an hour. I tell you this on every video. I ought to climb up there and change that clock, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna blow out a rotator cuff over a dump clock. Anyway. I got some time. I don't have a lot to do today. I got a lot of loose ends to clean up. There's little things here and little things there. Got to finish out some bases from the SS1s and put some whips on some BIOS 5, make a couple BIOS 6s, make some choke hazards. I can go on here for an hour. But anyway, you get the general idea. Nothing pressing. So what I wanted to do was today, and I'm going to try to just talk and get this point out. I may have to delete this video when I get done, depending on how people take it. But my subject today is the American Dream. So being 64 years old and having seen a couple of things happen, I want to tell you my point of view on the American Dream and what I view it to be. And Islam is in here too. So just stick with me on this one. Okay, here we go. When I was a young boy, things were different. First off, television was just, when I was very young, was just starting to, we didn't have a television at first, and we finally got a little round screen black and white TV in the 50s. And as far as education went, I only knew when I was young, I knew of maybe two people that had been to college. One was a dairy farmer, and through me playing with his kids, his sons and daughters and stuff, I got to meet his dad, who was, not that it's important, but who was a multimillionaire and was very well college educated, was a member of Congress at one time, famous man, and I got to meet him, heck of a guy, very well educated, very well spoken, very polite, nice, one of the few really wealthy people I've met who was just a good person. And what he basically did was, any of the family members that wanted to go to college, he'd pay for it. He donated the money to the University of Maine in Orono, I believe, and they built a library with it. It's called Fogler Library. Raymond Fogler was his name, I believe. Very successful man. Anyway, now the American Dream, and these guys way surpassed that because that farmer now has retired. His son's taken over, and they have this huge farm. They milk like 3,000 head of cattle, and it's a multi-million dollar. They run it on methane. Big operation. Okay, American Dream was, when I started out, got out of school, my first solid job was in a shoe shop for $1.25 an hour. I lived in a 8x45 house trailer, and I drove an old beat-up used car. As time went by, I took my money and I was making payments on this trailer. Made the payments on the trailer and paid off the trailer, and I got a better car, and over time I got a better job driving truck, and I took the money from that and ended up finally with a bigger house trailer and a lot better car. And as over time, I kept reinvesting in myself, and I got up to the point where I got what I consider a really good job, which I stuck with. And then I had medical insurance, and I had disposable income, and I had several new vehicles, and I had a real house. And somewhere in there, I traded wives because the other one was a psychopath. But anyway, and it got better and better and better to where I am now, where everything's paid for, and I have an annuity from the job I worked at. And I'm basically in a comfortable situation where when I started out, I was in a dire straits situation where I didn't have money enough to buy gas. Anyway, that's the American dream, where you slowly, over time, if you work hard and invest in yourself and don't go crazy, you can live the good life, which I consider me to be doing right now, living the good life. Okay, the way I understand it, and I could be totally wrong on this, I got this from a link on the internet. It seems credible. It seems to make sense. The Muslim fundamentalists believe that that lifestyle, where you take control of your life in your own hands and steer yourself through life for more material possessions and more comfort, and just better yourself through hard work and just being an honest person and working hard and keeping your nose to the grindstone, which is very well thought of in the United States. To these fundamentalists, that is completely obnoxious. They feel that you should stay just do the minimum you have to survive, and Allah will supply everything else you need. So going around Allah and getting everything else you need and a lot of things you don't need by working hard is blasphemy. And they really, really, really hate us for that. For example, if you are a woman and you wear nice clothes that make you look attractive and sexy, and wear makeup and try to attract, all of this is basically, especially when you're young, is to attract a high quality husband, so you will have good looking children and he'll be a hard working person and you can live the American dream. All this makeup and dressing up and all that is blasphemy. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wear a burqa and cover everything up, and Allah will give you your husband, and whoever you get, you get. And if he's a bum, he's a bum. That's your station in life, and you're not supposed to try to control that at all. And your beauty is not supposed to be used to attract anybody of any higher quality. You're just supposed to take what Allah gives you. So everything that we live for and everything that we do with the American dream is offensive to these people, I'm finding out. All of it. It's offensive. Now, I won't get into their lifestyle, which I think some people here would find offensive, but I'm not studied on it. I don't know exactly how they go about it. But I understand that the majority of the Muslims don't buy into it, don't view it from that point of view, and a lot of them, a whole bunch of them, because in the country they're in, there aren't any opportunities. They come to the United States, they get a college education, and they better themselves. Okay, now the fundamentalists call these people, as I understand it, and I got this right off the news, they call them coconuts. Brown on the outside, because these Muslims have a little bit darker skin, and white on the inside, like a coconut. Got the white man, Westerners attitude, but look like a Muslim. Somebody from the Middle East. Okay. So they don't like them very well either. So I can see, if that's their point of view, I can see where, we got a real problem here, because the American dream, it isn't going away. It's just the way we are. Got a real conflict here, and now I'm starting to understand why these people don't like us. Now, there's a lot of people I don't like. I have never had the urge to go to their house and shoot them. Or as far as that goes, shoot their neighbors or anybody related to them, their friends, or their religion, anything. I've no, in fact, I think it's pretty safe to say I have never had the urge to shoot anybody ever. Period. Just never came up. Now, every time somebody shoots somebody here in the United States, does a mass thing and ends up shooting a bunch of people, not necessarily just an American, goes nutso and goes into a mall with a gun and shoots a bunch of people, they say, well, he was really depressed. Well, okay, so he was depressed, so he decided to go in and kill as many people as he could. Well, I've talked to a lot of people who have been severely depressed, and I've fought with depression my entire life, and every one of us agrees on the same thing. The urge to do harm to yourself, to just kill yourself, at one time was a constant daily battle not to carry out. But none of us who were depressed have ever had the urge to go kill someone else. Just never came up. Wasn't in the game plan. So when you see just not a Muslim, just a regular American person who goes to a mall and shoots a bunch of people, or goes into a school and shoots a bunch of children, and they say, well, he was depressed. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think that if he was depressed, he would have just killed himself. Why would you want to kill a bunch of other people if you're depressed? It just doesn't make any sense. Was he mentally ill? Absolutely. But I don't think the depression part of it was really part of the plan. But that is a standard excuse. Okay, I've shot my mouth off enough, and I know I'm probably going to have to delete this video, but I just wanted to share that with you. That was in my head going around. I just wanted you to know what I think. And if I've offended anybody, I apologize up front. And to the last guy that commented on my videos, which I just banned, here's just a little jewel of wisdom, okay? I don't like squash, so I don't eat squash. I don't like it. I don't like beer. I don't drink beer. If you don't like my videos, you don't like my attitude, and you don't like me, don't watch my videos. Just don't click them. Go somewhere else. That, coming to one of my videos and watching it and then leaving a nasty comment is like me drinking a can of beer, and then telling everybody how bad it tastes. Well, if it tastes bad, why'd you drink it? After the first mouthful, you should have spit it out, dumped it out, and gone your way, and never drank it again. That's the way I feel. If you start watching one of my videos and you find out that I'm not your guy, don't watch them anymore. Just go somewhere else. Watch somebody else's videos. Make your own. Make sense? Does to me. Not everybody's real big on logic. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.